you have not reviewed the last minutes, you might glance at them quickly. Yeah. Okay. Review the minutes. Anyone note any errors or corrections or questions? Second. Approved and second. All those approving the last minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Okay. No. And we're ready for you to take over.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and committee members. Can you hear me all right? First item is we are requesting a total of $100,222 from a buffet of general obligation bond authorization. These are basically the parks funds, either 2007 park interest, 2000 general obligation interest funds, unlisted funds, and also surplus funds, which is from listed projects. We like this to be applied to a project we have under project number MP-0467. There are 4 listed park projects on this contract, and the money is needed for Edgemere Park, which is at 3301 North Harvey Avenue. The money is needed to do an amendment, and basically we are doing a lot of sidewalks in the park, and the ADA requirement, the American with Disability Acts, that certain slopes and minimum cross slopes be attained. So we need to redo and fix some of the ADA items in the park, so that's the money that's going to be used for that. And also there are some curb replacements in the Edgemere Park, so it's both sidewalk and curbing replacement in the park. Any questions?
Are these sidewalks or walking paths? They're characterized in here as a walking path.
Well, they are really the walking paths, but we use the usual term sidewalk. But
so it's not like a looped pathway, it's just the sidewalk going along the street?
I believe they are both on the street and in the park itself.
So both sidewalks and walking paths?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to make that a little clearer, because there is a different analysis that we have for sidewalks, and I'm not completely sure, given this new information. I think I'd like to pull this item for legal reasons and look at it a little closer.
Okay, let me ask if anybody from Parks is here to explain. If we'll get back with you
then. Amy, is it the fact that in the way the proposition is written, sidewalks are not part of that proposition? Okay, is that your concern? Okay.
It says walking paths, but sidewalks and curbing are a little different. And I just want to make sure I've looked at it correctly.
Okay, we'll get it clarified.
Thank you.
There's a photo of the location and also some of the construction that is going on. All right, the item B, We are requesting a $25,000 in GEO bond 2007 unlisted street funds to be used toward the Oklahoma Department of Transportation project. By state statute, we are required to pay our share of utilities and encroachments in that project. And the project is on State Highway 66 from 6.5 miles east of I-35, east 7.63 miles. The portion that is within the city of Oklahoma City falls between the Choctaw Road and Peebly Road, and you can see that on the map here. The total cost of the construction is federally funded and is $11 million. It is on Oklahoma DOT's 8-year construction plan, and they are looking at going to construction in federal fiscal year 2019, which could start in October 2018, the earliest. I estimate the construction to be about 2 years plus, so if they start in 2019, they would finish in 2021. But, you know, like any agency, it depends on the priorities and funding, so those are just estimated dates. Any questions? Well, the reason for it that is ODOT has to start relocating utilities to clear the project for construction, and it may require a year to do the clearance of utilities, and that's why that's the state statute, yes. You are.
Move we approve. Aye.
All right, we have a couple of informational items for you that I will brief you on it. This item has been all over the news, so I'm sure you know some of the information, but I provide you with some of the information and history. This is on May Avenue Bridge over Northwest Expressway. On May 19th at 2:40 p.m., the westbound tractor-trailer rig, Northwest Expressway going westbound, crashed into the northbound lanes of May Avenue, and basically those lanes collapsed. The clearance is 14 feet 4 inches, and basically the tractor-trailer load was higher than this, and so it hit the bridge and it basically pulled it. Emergency was declared same day. The city manager declared the written emergency on May 20th, and demolition and cleanup operation started same day. And if we can go to the photos, this is a map of the location, and as you see, the bridge was damaged, so and 4 beams had fallen. So the cleanup started right away. Traffic on all sides were basically shut down. But on Saturday, all lanes on Northwest Expressway was opened up, and also a week later, the 2 lanes on May Avenue southbound was open. We had a pre-bid on the emergency last Friday, and I understand that they're opening the emergency bids at 3 p.m., we should hear about the emergency bid today. So the emergency bid would go forward, and contractor will start repairing that northbound portion so we can open to traffic as soon as we can. I do not have an estimate of how long this may take or how much it would be. We had a range of estimate between $750,000 to $1 million, so we have to see what the emergency contract comes in at. That's my understanding, yes. And this was an emergency, so we couldn't come to you for emergency funding allocation of $120,000. So it did go to City Council on May 31st, and we are bringing it to you for informational item today. Any further question on this? Well, I missed telling you what the traffic count is on there. If you are curious, May Avenue have 22,000 cars a day, and their Northwest Expressway about 37,000 cars a day. So it's a very busy area. And these are pictures of demo and cleanup. And barricades were put around and open to traffic on southbound. The next informational item is the bond sale for 2016. The proceeds of the fund was available on May 17th, and we sold $77.5 million in general obligation bond, along with $12 million what we call general obligation limited tax, which is handled by the city manager's office and Economical Alliance. Those are funds that go toward employers that create jobs in the area, and that they get incentive as an economical incentive for the companies. Just to give you an idea, individual projects, if you look at the list, there are 64 projects, locations. 22 are streets, whether they are resurfacing, residential, local street resurfacing that you see in your list. There are 4 widening projects. We got several arterial street resurfacing or streetscapes. There are 3 bridges that we sold on this list. Also, we have 4 traffic signals, 1 large drainage project, and 34 individual park locations, which, you know, they have amenities such as playgrounds, basketball courts, shelters, walks and pads, facility improvements, paving, and also parkland improvements. So a lot of these are under design or to be started on design, and next month we'll come back to you with a list of projects that will be awarded next fiscal year 17, which starts in July 2016. Our goal is set at $70 million again for next year, so we will be working on that as well. Any questions you may have on this list? Just to give you a couple of points, with this sale, we have about $185 million left to sell, which is projected for the next 3 years, 2017, 18, and 19. All of the general obligation limited tax are sold with 2016. There were a total of $75 million, so that's all sold. So what's remaining is general obligation bond moving forward.
The last piece we have here then is the bond executive summary, just kind of, again, a snapshot of where we are through the year in terms of contract awards and what's expected to be awarded. By year end, Public Works expects to have over $70 million in contracts awarded. We always report on our 85% expenditure requirement. That's that IRS expenditure requirement, and we've met that for the 2013 sale, and as Ahmad pointed out, we just got the proceeds from the 2016 sale, so 2013 will drop off the list. We'll add 2016 on next month, and begin to track progress then on those three at that point. On our charts, we kind of, again, have our expected awards through the year, and we've fallen a little bit behind that at this point, but with the extensive amount being awarded here in June, expect to catch up with that and be at that $70 million level by the end of the year. So be happy to answer any questions about that. And then I don't know if we need to clarify, Amy, on that first item for consideration in terms of it being held. Does that need...
Put it on for the next meeting.
Or is that is that needed for the work at the park? Do we need to? Can they wait 30 days, or how does that work?
The amendments are needed to pay the contractor for the work. So yes, the next meeting for bond advisory is on July 11th because of the 4th of July holiday being falling on Monday. So that's the next meeting.
So. Right. So we can have the questions. I didn't know if that needs if we. Have to take action on this board, or if it would still go forward to the city council pending the legal review. And I just don't know the procedure on that. Oops.
What's our policy on not taking something back and just going straight to council? Like we've done on this bridge. Do we use the definition of emergency as defined by the code?
Definition of emergency if it's safety and hazard to the public.
Well, tell me real quick what. I hate to do a legal analysis right here in front of everybody, but was this a 2007 Parks project?
The Edgemere Park, yes.
And it's under Section D?
Section D, walks and paths improvements, yes.
And you said part of it is a path and then part of it is a sidewalk, is that correct?
Yes.
So you have like a loop path and then a sidewalk?
Right. And they are within the park.
It did look like from the picture the sidewalk was adjacent to the parking lot. So not out on the street, but within
Right.
the park, in the parking lot.
There are streets in the park that, will have sidewalk or curbing replacements, but that's within the park itself or commuting within the park.
Okay.
Yeah, the bottom picture presumably is a road through the park there with sidewalks along the sides of the road within the park.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead under this language and approve it. Next time, let's try to be more specific in our memo about what all we've got going on, if we're going to call it sidewalk or path, because legally that can make a difference depending on the language of our bond issue.
Right. Yeah.
So if you all would like to vote on that, I'm going to say that that's okay to proceed on.
Based upon the recommendation of legal counsel, I move we approve that item.
Second. Had a correction today to a point that Mr. Rader had previously made, that even though I think the records will show that for a number of years this committee has acted on items before the second, or had this discussion before getting a second, that actually we should have it seconded so that we'll know that there's at least two people that want to deal with it.
I should say, are we going to add to the council's report tomorrow that it was, that we did have discussion of whether city attorney properly if it's going to recommend it, I'd still like to add that to it.
Mm-hmm. And is this on for council tomorrow or the next Tuesday? Or I guess it'll be in 2 weeks, right? So it'll be on the 4th, yeah. So we'll have time to clarify and make sure everything is proper for the agenda item. So we have a motion and a second.
Any other questions, comments? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all for going back to that. I appreciate that. think, yeah, we're complete there.
Do I have a motion to adjourn? I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I
So we got it.
looked at the wrong page. Thank you. Do we have any new business? Items from committee members?
I want to clarify, Mr. Chairman, that next month we're going to meet on the 11th.
Well, the Bond Advisory Committee.
We're
Yes.
we're all members. Citizens to be heard. Now, I'll take that motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Those in favor?
Aye.